Confiscate the money. That girl is a real proud beast. Small world, all her friends know me.
So we're back to more Browns franchise mode, and here today it is the 2017 NFL Draft. And this draft, it's a pretty big draft, I guess you could say, just based on that we do need, obviously, a middle linebacker. First round, we always have our eye set on one middle linebacker name, and his name is Emory Youngblood. So hopefully Emory Youngblood drops to us in the first round, 20th overall, because that's our pick, 20th overall in the first round. So I'm going to go how many picks we have so far in the draft. Picks this year, we have 1 first, we have 2 seconds, 1 third, 2 fourths, 1 fifth, and 2 sevenths. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 picks in the draft. It's a lot of picks, but basically 2 are almost wasted. So like the 7th round picks are worth nothing. These guys are most likely getting a cut. So rule the 7th out, which we probably might even trade them for maybe even a 6th round pick or even a 5th, because we could actually try that though. Because 2 7th are barely worth anything at all. Let's go to some teams and see if they want. Actually, no team wants a 7th round pick. Let's just try one team though and see if we can get maybe a 5th out of them. Try the Bengals. Will it go through? It won't go through. It actually goes through. Wow. So 2 7th for a 5th. That's actually not that bad. We got Roland Marmarosa at the 5th round for last year. So 2 picks are we going to waste? We go and trade to the Bengals for a 2nd round pick or a 5th round pick. I love that deal any day of the week. So now we do have an even better pick. We have 2 fifths now. So I believe it leaves us at about, I think we dropped down 1. So yeah, we'd have 8 picks. So we actually have 8 great picks in the draft. I like that odds about getting a good player. So let's go into this draft and see how we do in this 2017 NFL draft. Okay, so before the draft, I want to check out what the draft stories are going into this. But right now, it says what we need to do is add the right player in the NFL draft. Is what the Browns need to do to get back in the playoffs. So last year, you saw we were 3rd in our own division. We're tied almost for about half the season, the last half of it. And the Steelers went and took the wild card spot, and they lost in the wild card. So I guess, I don't know, it kind of sucks about that, but I guess let's go on to the draft stories and see who's out there. So the draft stories, who do we have here? Marquise Posey won numerous collegiate accolades, but will translate to NFL success. So I don't even know who Marquise Posey is. So let's go to the next thing though, which is Verlon Griffin needs to keep his head in a swivel. He'll have his head back to the ball plenty in the NFL. Where else? Derek Blackburn can't rely on his raw strength alone. He needs better handwork to get around NFL blockers. One DB who's on the rise is AJ Peters. He's got a big chip on his shoulder and is looking for somebody to give him a chance. So maybe you go for AJ Peters. He wouldn't be that bad of a player to go and get in the draft. So I get you what he is on the draft board right now. But the rest, we do have Verlon Griffin, obviously. We got Derek Blackburn, linebacker there. What else do we even have for a big story? We do have Chris Boyer, right tackle. Okay. Brian Gillum, one of the more agile free players in the free safety spot. Riley DeMarco misses with another curfew. So Riley DeMarco, I don't know who that is. I don't know why they didn't list his position on there. He sounds like a quarterback. So I don't know about him. Illinois fans, Kendall Dawkins says he's returning for another year. So that guy's not going to be in the draft. And it looks like the same old. So the story is kind of weak this year. There's no Cole Colvin, no Kiefer Pop on the draft stories, which kind of sucks. So let's get right into this draft though, right before. Let's see who actually gets picked first overall in this draft. Right now, I believe the Miami Dolphins had the first overall pick. Second is the San Francisco 49ers. Then the LA Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, Denver Broncos. And we do the 20th overall pick in the draft. Let's see who gets picked first overall in the NFL draft. So left tackle Posey goes first overall in the NFL draft. That's actually pretty cool, I guess. I don't know if Posey was the bust guy, because I know what for sure. I think the first overall pick or second overall pick is a bust, at least according to his grades. But another left tackle picked first and second overall is lost. So back-to-back left tackles picked first and second overall. Usually it's quarterbacks kind of like that, but I guess it's a pretty big left tackle draft this season. So let's see the LA Rams. We'll see what they pick, and we'll check out our draft board and see who's available. So Swift got picked, though.
Is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
This guy was one of the most targeted receivers in the red zone in all of college football last season. And all those targets helped him set a new school record for receiving touchdowns this season. This guy is the definition of a red zone threat, using his body control and sure hands to make a play on the ball no matter how tightly covered he was. He was sure to bring in at least 1 or 2 touchdown passes a game, with some of those coming in clutch situations. This team has been looking for help in the red zone, and it may have found it with this receiver.
So Clayton Swift gets picked 3rd overall. And now let's go this pick though by the Broncos.
Not surprised to see him taken with this pick, given he was probably one of the most dominant defensive linemen in college this season. His combination of athleticism and set of pass rush moves gave college offensive linemen fits and gave him a leg up on the rest of the competition. Pass rushers are at a premium in the NFL these days, and when someone with his talent is available, you need to take him. If his performance this season is any indication, he has the potential to be a playmaker on the defensive line for years to come.
Okay, so Minter is just picked by the Broncos. Let's go to our draft board and see if we can make one right now. So, I don't know who was the boss that was picked. Might have been picked first overall. It might have been Langley, actually. I'm pretty sure. So right now, we still have Eduardo Spiri on the board. We have BJ Stanford still on the board. The Kendrick McClellan, and so on. So you have a lot of QBs though on here. 3 QBs on here that might be actually pretty good. I'm guessing Aaron Parnell is going to be pretty good too, and Christian Anders. But let's move on to the stuff we actually need, which is middle linebacker. We need a middle linebacker once again. So we go to MLB. And this is one man I really want to get, Emory Youngblood. Look at his grades though. I mean, just dropped it amazing. You got A- hit power, B+ tackling, B+ pursuit. I mean, the stuff you want out of a middle linebacker, you have exactly in Emory Youngblood. So might as well head him to the top of our draft board if we can, or at least our watch list. So we got him on there. Next up on here though, I'd probably put is probably Emmanuel Milner though. Might as well put him on there too, because there's three first round talent guys that we need for linebackers, and just in case Emory Youngblood is picked, we got a backup plan in Emmanuel Milner. But moving on to the next thing, which is I guess right side linebacker. If Derek Blackburn on here too, so even if Derek Blackburn, if he's not picked, he could again be basically him versus Emory Youngblood, but I guess Emory Youngblood's a lot better than him. Oh wait, hold up, 6'4", he's 6'3". I don't know, there's 1 pound difference, 1 inch difference. I mean, I don't know, if it goes down to it, I have no idea who I'm going to pick. I mean, they're both, he's a 4-3 rusher, pass rusher, and he's a balanced guy, so I kind of want to get a balanced guy just in case he doesn't fit well into our system. I really don't know. So, Emory Youngblood probably get a first round pick in the draft if he's not picked. But the next thing though, we got BJ Stanford too, who's not that bad, but he's not Emory Youngblood or Derek Blackburn talent. But the next thing up is, I guess could be maybe the defensive lines, maybe right end. Let's move on to right end and see who's on there. So I know that Milner is picked. So you still have Patrick Keisel on here, Kiesel, and Aaron Sellers. So who's on here? Yeah, power moves, B+ tackling. Oh, he's got good stuff though. Both these guys have good stuff. Maybe might be Aaron Sellers might have the better numbers. Oh, I'm not sure really. I'm not really sure. 22, he's 24, okay, so I'll probably go for Aaron Sellers out of this, we'll add him to the watch list. And next up though is, even though really we already have one, I guess, should we go defensive tackle in this draft somewhere? I have really no idea. I think we have way too many defensive tackles right now. But right now we'll go check out right guard and see who's on here. So you got Logan Shelton, who looks pretty decent, I guess, at 5th round talent. So maybe pick him up with the 5th round pick we got from the Bengals. Might be a good idea. I do get DeMarco Reese. Who else do we really need in this draft? Let's go left guard. Left guard to get Lindsley Ely. Okay, he's not that bad. What else do we need in this draft? Maybe tight end. Look at a tight end. So we got Eduardo Spiri of Trey Kyle, James Kaufman, Riley Hurd, and the rest are just trash. So probably the best guy on here might be like the best balanced guy. Might be Trey Kyle, but look, 6'4" Eduardo Spiri. If he's on there, which he probably won't be, he'll probably be picked next because that's probably the next pick on here. But I'll trade Kyle onto there just based on Eduardo Spiri. He's going to be picked in top 10 for sure on here. But the next thing up is going to be maybe wide receiver. Diamond Easley. The best guy on here might be Gant Burse. He's 6'4", he's pretty big, I guess. I think he's the biggest guy of this draft class besides Antoine Sutherland. Yeah, so he's pretty big, I guess. He's not that bad. We should probably add him onto there too, just in case. So Gant Burse, might as well add him on there. You always basically need more wide receivers. So if we draft one, okay, it's decent. But we'll move on to the next thing, which is, I guess, running backs. Who's on here though? We do have 6'1" Lynn Sloan and Isaac Reese. So one thing about this team though is that I don't know. Isaac Crowell, he's a great player when you look at his stats on paper. When you use him in the game, he's just not really that good, I guess. Like, I'm more of a Duke Johnson guy, a speedy guy off the edge. So if you can get a running back with some speed, like elusiveness right here in Lynn Sloan, I'd love it. So we'll add him under there, why not? Next thing up though, I guess could be some corners. We need some corners desperately. And maybe we'll try free safety actually. So Thomas Cavill and the rest are pretty bad. We also have Derek Sally though too. So maybe take a look at getting Derek Sally, because I'm pretty sure Thomas Cavill will get picked the top 10 or top 15. We'll keep him on there though, just in case. If we can find him, if we could see him at like second round, I want to pick up Thomas Cavill obviously. The next up is corner. We do need a cornerback obviously. We have 4 first round talent corners. Might as well go and pick one up if we have the time, or at least the pick. So we have Casey Nesbitt. Is he the best? I don't know if he's the best. We also have Verlon Griffin. These guys. They're not that bad, I guess. So we'll put an Nesbitt on there, but we'll also put on Verlon. Should we get in though? Might as well. We can put him on there. Actually, no, Verlon Griffin's actually pretty good. We'll put Verlon on there. There you go. So next up, actually, why not add Marquise Sands? Doesn't really matter too much if you don't pick him, or if he gets picked, it doesn't really matter too much on there. So I'm pretty sure it's my draft board right now. I don't know how many players are on there, probably way more than 9. Okay, so how many we have on here? So we have 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 on here. All these guys are probably going to be picked by us. Probably going to be picked, because all these guys are second round, first round talents. So I don't really know what my draft board's going to be on the first or second round. If we could snag one of these guys outside the first or second round, I'd love it. So let's move on to the draft, see who gets picked next, and who gets picked at 20th by the Browns. So we sit into the 20th overall pick, and it looks like Emory Youngblood has not been picked by any other team. But we'll take a look at the last few picks. We do have, obviously, Derek Blackburn picked right after their 6th overall. You have Derek McClellan picked right after their 7th overall, so back-to-back right outside linebackers at 6th and 7th. Then we do have the left outside linebacker, Stanford, at 9th. And the first quarterback picked in the draft is Christian Anders at 15th. So the Ravens, they do need somebody other than Joe Flacco in the future. And maybe Christian Anders has the ability to go and replace Joe Flacco. So the next thing up, though, is free safety. And Thomas Cavill's picked 13th overall by the Titans. So we cannot get Thomas on there. But the thing is that I really don't care too much about that one. I just want to go pick up Emory Youngblood in this draft. So go to pick player and see. And go and actually draft our guy we want in Emory Youngblood. So Emory Youngblood, welcome to the Cleveland Browns. 79 overall, 22 years old, 84 speed, 87 tackling. Not the greatest, but not the worst either. So he's an okay pick, not franchise defining, but I mean, he's okay, I guess. So Emory Youngblood, great pick by us. He's going to be obviously contributing a lot in our future in this team. Move on to the second round, your 16th overall in the second round. We do have a few guys picked, like Wharton was just picked at right side linebacker, 47th. And we go up to the top, though. We do have one man who's picked, and that was Eduardo Spiri. So Spiri is picked like right after we picked Emory Youngblood. So we couldn't get him in the draft, but I mean, we really didn't need a tight end. We do have Dorial Green Beckham. He's a great tight end. We do not need one in this draft, I guess. So let's go see who we can pick in the second round. The first second round pick we have in this draft, and see who's available. See Trey Kyle on here. Trey Kyle, I'm not sure. Should we pick him? We have Derek Sally. You have Drew Chyborn. Oh, no, that's the quarterback. Never mind. We have Jordan Grayson. There's a lot of great players in here. So many good quarterbacks, though, too. Oh, man. Let's move on to our draft list, though. Our watch list. There you go. So the players left on our watch list, we do have Marquise Sands. We do have Derek Sally. We do have Sloan, Burse, and Kyle. So maybe with Kyle available, should we pick him up on this draft? I don't know. Let's check him out though. So Trey Kyle. He's not the greatest tight end, but he's not that bad, I guess. Gant Burse. He's not a really good wide receiver on the combine. Lynn Sloan, he's pretty fast, but I mean, we really don't need a running back at this point in the draft. Derek Sally, he's okay. And Marquise Sands, let's see him. He's not the greatest either. So the players available right now in the draft, not the greatest, but it's alright, I guess. We could probably make do with what we have. So tight end, the best tight end available in this draft. Let's see this. We have Sean Mills. He's gonna be a bust. Trey Kyle seems to be the best tight end right now available. Now, should we go with Trey Kyle right now, or should we go with like a right outside linebacker? These right outside linebackers are not really reliable though, too. Yeah, these guys are trash right now. So let's see left. Have anybody left? Jordan Grayson. And we do have Lacey Green Ellis though too. He is great though. Ooh, Lacey Green Ellis. 24 years old. He's a pass rusher. That name seems like he'll be like a Hall of Famer. He's got good head power, great power moves, great. He can almost play the line. Those moves. Wait, we could probably draft him and bring him out at right end. That could be a good idea. Because we did bring, obviously, Emmanuel Ogba off the middle linebacking core and brought him onto the defensive line. And now our defensive line is better than ever. So maybe you could consider picking Lacy Green-Ellis if we can in the second round. Not this pick, obviously, because hopefully he won't get picked. But Lacy Green-Ellis, pick him up later in the draft and convert him to a right end, see what happens. If we don't, and we can bring him back to left outside linebacker, and always leave him there as a left outside linebacker. So I don't know, it's an option there. He's a great player though, probably one of the best linebackers in the draft. If he falls to us in like the third round, definitely gonna pick him up right there. But right now, I don't really think, like, he's 4th round right now, projected 4th round. I really don't want to do that too much. So going to the next thing, which is, should we pick up Derek Sally? I mean, we don't really need. Let's check our team right now. I think we can check our team. So free safety, who do we have right now? I'll go to my team and go to rosters. So I don't know what I have at free safety right now. We have Raheem Senior, we do have Bradley McDougald, and we have Tyrone Looker. So I really don't think we really need a free safety at this point right now. Strong safety, Will Hill, Campbell. We do have Williams. I don't know what to even get though right now. Corners, we do have Quan Williams, we have Eli Apple, and we have Joe Hayden right now. Oh my god, I have no idea to pick right now. Right outside linebackers, we don't have the greatest right outside linebacker. We do have Aiko, I'm not sure. Middle linebacker, we got Bartu, and we got Godfrey. Left, we do have only Courtney Upshaw. Lacy Green-Ellis is kind of enticing right now to me to pick up, but maybe if there's defensive line talent, we could probably pick him up right now. Right end, we have a 70 overall next. Ooh, our line needs some work. We could probably pick a lineman right now. But Lacy Green-Ellis, if he could play the line, that'd be amazing though. We need that kind of stuff off the edge. Damn it. We'll go to selection, see who we can pick though. So between Lacy Green-Ellis, I'll add him to the watch list obviously. Let's go to left, it's a linebacker. Add Lacy Green-Ellis onto there. And Jordan Grayson obviously is not better than Lacy Green-Ellis, so I don't know why I'd even consider picking him up. Unless his overall is better. That could be one thing. He's 2nd in broad jump, 1st in 40-yard dash, and 1st in bench press. So if you got some speed, you got a little bit of more aggressiveness to you. Plus you're 21 years old. Maybe pick up Jordan Grayson in the 2nd round. We do need a linebacking help right now. Plus, if he always fails, you can always put him on the line too. Let's see right end. Yeah, you have no good right end talent. Let's see defensive tackle. We do have some decent defensive tackle talent right now, but the last time I picked a defensive tackle in the 2nd round was Intavio Blue, and Blue, he's a slow development guy. I don't want to do that again. Plus, you have a lot of depth though too in the position. Left end. Yeah, we got no left ends unlocked, and all of them are trash too. Right tackle, we do have not him. Right guard, nah. Center, we don't need a center. Left guard, wait, see right guard though. I didn't really love too much. We do have Shelton, but he's 5th round talent. Anyone else in here? Tight end. Tight ends too. Oh my god, I don't really know what to pick right now. You know what, I might do something like this. I'll pick up Jordan Grayson, because he's a pretty good player. Jordan Grayson, let's pick him up.
Buccaneers are now on the
He's 79 overall, he's got good talent stuff too. Okay, so that's awesome. So we got Jordan Grayson on the team. I'm kind of scared Lacy Green-Ellis might get picked, but he's 4th round talent, and we only have a few picks until our next pick. Cool. So skip ahead to the draft. Come on. Okay, cool. He drops to us. Awesome. So we end up going and picking Jordan Grayson and Lacy Green-Ellis in this draft. I'm loving this. So good as watch on here.
are now on the clock.
He's 81 overall. Let's go. We got a good pick. Nice. Okay, so we got a great pick here. Thank God.
Sadly for fans of college football, his career came to an abrupt end after he suffered a grade 3 groin tear while attempting to make a tackle. After surgery, weeks of intensive, platelet-rich plasma therapy, and months of strength training of the affected area, he looked like his old self when he took the field for his pro day. Some scouts in attendance even felt as though he looked stronger and faster than before the injury. I'd expect him to get reps with the first-team defense come training camp, and don't be surprised to see him starting in week 1.
So exactly said right there. Maybe he might be starting next year for the Browns, and I say he will be too. So Lacy Green-Ellis, comeback story of the year. I'm loving this, guys. The story is amazing. He's an amazing player, obviously. 81 overall in the 2nd round. I'm loving this talent. So let's move on to the next draft pick and see what we're picking right now. So we're in the 3rd round, 20th overall. Let's see who's picked last time in this draft. So we do have Levine, we have Gales, we have Gillum. Anyone else in here though? I don't think we see I don't see Trey Kyle yet. We have Marquise. Oh, yeah, Trey Kyle right there. So the Green Bay Packers, right after us, they take him. So we don't really need Trey Kyle. We don't need him. He's a tight end. We already have tight end talent in Dorial Green Beckham. So left on here, let's see who's available on our watch list. I doubt there's anybody. There's nobody left. So right now, let's go find somebody we need on this team. Left outside linebacker, look, it's already better now. So right, we could probably bring left outside linebacker. We'll bring out Jordan Grayson, bring him to the right. Save depth there. And now the line, right end. Let's see if we can pick a right end, though, in this draft. Let's go to right end and see who's available in this draft. So we do have Jameson on here. He's 5th round talent, though. He's undrafted talent, actually. This guy, he's not the greatest either. So let's move on to left end, though. Left end, who do you have on here? You got nobody again. We do DeAndre McCollum, though. Yeah, he's not that good talent either. Yeah, these guys are trash. So I don't know what to do with right end talent. Should we go and pick some more, maybe even a running back? Any running backs available? We do have Emmanuel, Watts, McIntosh, Anthony. Let's try some corners, actually. I think corner might have a lot of positions here available, a lot of players available. We do have Walls. We have a lot of trash players, though. No really real studs, I guess. Oh, man, this sucks. Who's the best overall player? And we have Jameson. Now, Jameson on here, he might not be that bad. He may be not the best guy on here, but he won't be the worst, though. Power moves, hit power, pursuit, they're all right, I guess. If we could take him on draft, though, I'd love that. Next thing on here, I have no idea what to pick at this point in the draft. Just could pick random players, I guess. So let's try some players, though. We do need Willis Ellison. Any dimes around here? I doubt there's any dimes. Any good players?
The Packers are now on the clock.
Damn it, so we actually picked one guy in Darren Crease. He's 70 overall. Right end's a terrible pick right now. Damn it, I actually clicked square instead of X. It's a mess. We'll skip ahead to the draft and see if we can get the 4th round, though. Hopefully get something better. 4th round, let's see who's on the 4th round. This draft is so weak right now. I don't know why it's so bad, but let's skip ahead, though, and see who's on here. You have Youngblood. We got Peter Pauly. He's alright, I guess. Oh, these guys aren't that good anymore. Oh, the talent is so better last year, but I mean, I don't know. Let's see this guy, though, Logan Shelton. He's 5th round talent. He's not that bad. Might as well pick him up as a backup. He's 73. That's respectable. That's okay. So we got a 73, a 70 overall back to back. That's just kind of weak, I guess. Let's move on to the next thing, though, and see who we can get. So next up, who's on here? This draft is going a lot quicker, though. You have Moreland. You have Peter Pauly again. We need Jameson. You know what? Let's try Jameson. Why not? He's a 68. That is terrible. Oh my god, this draft is easily the worst I've ever done. Man, I gotta start picking positions I don't really need, because that's usually where I do well, is the positions I really don't need, because there's usually an influx of the players. So at this point, I have no idea what to choose, so let's just go pick Antoine Jackson this draft. He's a 70 overall too, so these guys are gonna be weak overalls. It's not the greatest draft. It's probably one of the worst drafts I've ever done, but I mean, we still got like about 3 solid linebackers that I love to have on this team, or 2 solid linebackers. But we do have another team, though. What is this? Who's the CLS? So I had no idea there's even another team in this NFL. So one team must have gone and rebranded themselves, because I don't know what that is. So let's move on to the next thing. I want to see who is up next for a team. That's the end of the draft. So all of a sudden, that's the end of the draft. It's a pretty weak draft, one of the worst drafts ever done. But I mean, it's alright, I guess. It's okay. And now let's see who got picked in the draft, though. Draft recap. Let's see who's on here. So in this draft recap, we do have Emory Youngblood, obviously picked 1st round. He's a great player, Emory Youngblood. Maybe he might be starting next year. He's a 79 overall, 84 speed, 87 tackling. Pretty good, stats for a guy at middle linebacker. Now you have Grayson we picked on here. Grayson, he's a great overall player. I love all this stuff about him. And next up is Lacey Green Ellis. Probably my pride enjoying this draft. He is a stud at where he's picked, so I mean, pretty good pick there. Next up is the downfall. So the downfall is Darren Crease, 70 overall. That was a weak pick. Next up was 73 overall, Logan Shelton. We got depth at right guard. We need depth at right guard. We got it. That's exactly what we need at this draft. Next up is right end. We got some right end depth, I guess. And Is Jamison Fatukin, I guess, that's how you say it, but he's got 82 speed, not that bad speed, I guess, for a right end, but I don't know, he's not the greatest at all. But moving to the next thing, which is Antoine Jackson. Jackson, he's got great stats overall, I guess, 89 speed, 76 man, 84 zone, so not the worst, but not the best stats, I guess, for a cornerback, but I mean, it's an alright pick for a position we needed depth in. So, it's more of a depth pick draft. We did need depth. I doubt any of these guys will be starters unless we convert Lacey Green-Ellis to a left end or right end. So let's move on to the next thing, which is, I guess, let's check out what other teams picked though. So next up in the draft, let's see this. So we got the Buccaneers, Robert Fane. Fane is 70 overall. He's a stud, the defensive tackle. Man, he's great. So he's picked 17th overall before we had a pick. You have McIntosh. McIntosh, he's a great player too, defensive tackle, which we didn't really need, but I mean, pretty good pick there too. You have Sands. Sands is a great player too, so Marquise Sands, they got a stud there. They have Medlin. Medlin's not really that good. I just want to check who's the best player in these drafts. And then we have Ellison. Yeah, so the week right after the 4th round or 3rd round, that's when the talent started to dip off right there, obviously. But next up, let's see who's picked by the Caps. Who's the Caps? Let's check out who they picked though. They have AJ Peters. Peters is a stud though, quick development. Oh, you have Curry. Curry's pretty good too. So Tremont Curry, he's picked before us though, so we couldn't really pick him. Burse, who do you miss on a Burse? Burse is pretty good too, I guess. We didn't need a wide receiver. We have Boyer. Boyer's pretty good too. He's a right tackle. He didn't need a right tackle, but that's all right. Defensive tackle. This is where the talents started to dip off, I guess. We have Waller though, Jonathan Waller. Who knew he'd be a superstar development, but he's a defensive tackle, which is a position that we did need, or really didn't need depth in, so that's why I didn't pick him. McIntosh, he's alright, I guess. And let's see, straight. Yeah, that's where the talents are dip off. So the next thing up is the Cardinals. Who'd they pick? Holloman. So Holloman, he's okay, right too, I guess. He's a right end, picked, I guess, 4th overall. And the 6th round pick is Hollis in the week draft, I guess, for that one. Chiefs, that's who'd they pick? Sellers. So Sellers is pretty good though, right end. Oh man, if we didn't need linebackers, we probably would have got this guy, but we didn't really need him right now in this draft. But next up is Peter Paul. So Peter Paul's not the greatest either. Left, who'd they get? Yeah, that's where the talents started to dip off. We'll check this guy though. Hutchins, he's not that good either. Moving on to the next thing, which is the Colts. The Colts, who'd they pick? Got McClellan. So one of the linebackers we considered getting maybe was McClellan if he was there, but he was picked before us at 7th. Now we got Gilliam. So Gilliam, he's a stud. I didn't think he'd be superstar development just based on his stats. So these guys just randomly just superstar development. That's pretty crazy luck there. We have Frey. Frey's pretty good, I guess. He's alright. You have Townsend. He's got superstar development too. So another, I guess, pretty good pick by them too. So these guys I'm just missing out on just based on I didn't think really need to draft depth there. So next draft, I just need to go draft whatever the best player available kind of is there. Cowboys, let's see this. They have Benoit. So quarterback Benoit, 80 overall. They got a stud there too. He's better than what Kiefer Pop was when he started off his career at 78, or even a 77, I think. They have Rosario in the 3rd round. We have Watts. Watts, easy one down too, -2. We have Bowles, and he's not that good either. Next up is the Dolphins. The Dolphins, 1st overall pick, Marquise Posey at left tackle. He's a 75, so he is kind of a bust, I guess, considering there's all the superstar development guys, and he isn't one of them. He's just normal development. But Shipley's not the greatest either. He's 67. We have Tatum, 67. Sauer, 68. They had a weak draft for the 1st overall pick. They could have traded the 1st overall pick for somebody even better. That's pretty weak there. Eagles, what they pick? Merritt. Merritt's pretty good, 81 overall. He's a stud corner. Latimer, 70 overall. Springs, he's a 70 overall. Starks, fullback, 73. He's way better than our own our fullback. And then the Falcons only had 1 pick in the draft. Who they pick? With their only pick, and they got a 78. So they got a stud anyway in DJ Venable. So great pick by them there. Their only pick in the draft. The 49ers, who they have? They got Law. So Shard Law, he's a great player too at left tackle. So they got their own, I guess, Joe Thomas, I guess, their franchise left tackle there. But Kyle, who'd they get for Wesley Kyle? 77 overall. Good player there too. Ivy, 66. Sutherland is a 68. Atkins, 74 with quick development. Smiley, he's a 68, and so on. So Giants, let's see what the Giants got. So they did get McGee. Who's McGee? He's 81 overall, picked 10th overall. They have Reese, who's Reese, 73 quick development. Lane, he's a 72. McMahon, he's a 75 quick development too. So Ryan McMahon, great player there. Parnell, Javonte Parnell's not that bad. And so on. So Jaguars, who they get back? They get Ely, 31st overall. He's a 75, so not that bad there. They have Griffin. Verlon's a 78 too. So Verlon Griffin, I don't know if I was considering picking him or not. I can't really remember too much, but great player there with great stats to start off his career. Rankin, he's a 76 too. Sally, he's got a 78. So they had a really good draft though. Tons of great talent there in the second round. A 64 there, so you're bound to get a dud there. 68. And next up, let's see what the Jets got. The Jets, they get Shelton, Deshaun Shelton, 76 overall, first round talent, 12th overall. Parnham, 72, so the weak draft, I guess. Thibodeau, he's not that good either. Rudolph, not even Rudolph could save the draft for the Jets. The Lions, who did the Lions get? They got Stanford. BJ Stanford, great pick there. If I was gonna go, if he was available, I might have gotten him, but he wasn't available, 9th overall. We got 20th. You have Jared Austin, great player there. Eubanks, 73. Gales, he's a 70 overall. And let's move on to the next thing. The Packers, who'd they get? Packers got Eduardo Spree. The man we missed out on was not the greatest to guess. He's okay. He's 80 overall, 23 years old. His speed's not the greatest, which I really want a speedy tight end. And we do have that in Green Beckham. But let's see what they got in Trey Kyle. The two guys we wanted, and he's not even that good either. So 76, not the greatest, but he's better than what we had in the draft for, I guess, talent overall wise. You have Raleigh DeMarco. So the guy everyone said that his draft stock was slipping just based on his missing curfews was Raleigh DeMarco, and he really isn't that good. Slow development. He's got talent. He's got morale issues there. They have Hodges. Hodges, he's not the greatest either. McDaniels, he's alright, I guess, 71. But Panthers, who'd they get? So they got Adrian Madu, 79 overall. Great halfback for them. McGraw, he's a 71. McClement, he's a 69. Let's see the next one, just the Patriots. The Pats, who'd they get? With 3 picks going in the draft. So they got Levy, who's Levy? 77 overall, Ricardo Levy. And we missed out on though. So Ricardo Levy, we missed out on. I thought for sure we had the stud middle linebacker, but turns out it's Ricardo Levy, and he's a superstar development, 77 overall, 21 years old. He's only getting better, and he can probably play a line though too with that power moves. But Jervy, he's pretty good too, 75. So they got great picks there and a 68 to end off there. The Raiders, who they have? They have this guy. I can't really say that. Munnerlin, he's alright, 76. They have Inman, 74, great pick there. Mills, 72. McCollum, 64, and so on. The Rams, who'd they get? The Rams, they have Swift, Clayton Swift, 80 overall, superstar tight end. I knew it, or left ends, or wide receiver, that's what it was. So Clayton Swift, great pick in that draft. He was picked 3rd overall, pretty high there. Then second round, they got another great player in Marquise Farrell. So they got their 1-2 punch there at wide receiver with Farrell and Swift. They have Ponder. Ponder's great too. So they got 3 great players in a row. Hastings, another great player. So 4. Keep it going. And a 68. So 4 great players in a row. And then they ended off in the 4th round. And then next up is this guy. He's a 72, not that bad. You have Marion and a 66. So next thing up, which is the Ravens. The Ravens, who'd they get? So Christian Anders, 15th overall. He's 76 overall, not the greatest quarterback in the draft. Which I think it was an 80 overall. But next thing up is Wharton. And he's a 77 overall, right outside linebacker. He's a great pick by them, though. I didn't think Jacoby Wharton was that great, but he's obviously amazing, though. Superstar development. He's going to be great in a few years. We have Nash Break. We have Burt on here, 67, and so on. Redskins, who'd they get? They have Milner. It was this guy. 77 overall. He's not the greatest, I guess. They have Horn, Stephen Horn, 76. Parnell, 72. Inman, another Inman, is a 68. So, I guess pretty good picks, I guess, there by them. The Saints, who'd they get? The Saints, they do have Bonner. They picked 2 quarterbacks in a row. And Bonner's great, 76 overall, quick development there at 23 years old. They have Chubane, it's a 78, so back-to-back quarterbacks, both are studs, one's a backup. And this guy's probably be the starter, though, Drew Chubane. So ever since they let go of Drew Brees in the free agency, they found their great quarterbacks already after 1 draft. Next up is Virgil, let's see him. Jermaine Virgil, not the greatest either. And we have Wadsworth, he's alright. So Seahawks, who they have? Seahawks, they have Harrell. So Robert Harrell is pretty good, right tackle, 76 overall. You have Sloan. He's a 77. Superstar for the development there. Yeah, 71 and so on. So great pick there with Sloan. We didn't need running back, but I think we're actually planning on getting him too. Damn it, I think he was on our draft board too. Damn it, so we missed out on Lynn Sloan, but we didn't need a running back. Yeah, man, that sucks. He's got great stuff though too. Spin move, carrying, speed. He's got it all, but he's 24 years old, which is pretty old I guess. But still though, great pick by them and Lynn Sloan. The Steelers, they have Nesbitt. Nesbitt's a 78, great talent there. They have Kaufman, 72, Means, he's a 66, and so on. The Texans, they have Clady. And he's a 79, quick development, great player there, left end. Dyson, who they have. Nate Dyson's pretty good there too, but slow development there. Blake, 72, Bowden, 59. That's terrible though, quarterback. Titans, what they have? They have Cabell. This guy I wanted. 80 overall, superstar. Damn it, if he would have fell to us, I probably would have gotten him too. That sucks. Maine, who they have? 76, that's pretty good there. Barrow, 66. Jasper, he's a 70. So great pick there, 4th round, I guess. But Vikings, they have Wilcox. He's a 70. He's a quick development. Reese, 79. Idabe, he's a 78. So 3 great picks though. And we have 79 overall DeMarcus McCord. So 4 great picks. Wait, is he good? Yeah, he's good too. So you have 5. Let's see, 5. Not 5. So 4 great picks though by the Vikings. The Bears, who they have? They have Langley. He's a 76 quick development. You have Spicer. He's a 76 slow development. You have Hollis. He's a 70 overall. And so on. Bengals, who they have? Bengals, they have Easley, 29th overall. He's a great player too. So Diamond Easley, great player there. A pretty good pick there, I guess. But corner, who they have? 66 overall. Tatum, he's a 68, and so on. The Bills, they have Derek Blackburn. Let's see what he was. He's a 79. He's kind of, I guess, going down, because of morale issues. But let's see the next one, though. Dickerson. Dickerson's a 69. We have McKee, he's a 71. The next thing, let's see this next one, which is the Broncos, the last team on here besides us. And they have Minter. Let's see who Minter was. He's an 81 overall, great player there. We have Keisel, a 79 superstar. Oh my god, we missed out on this guy. How we missed out on Patrick Keisel, I have no idea, but we missed out on a stud though. Overton, let's see Overton. He was a 76, okay, pretty good there, I guess. Alotoy, he's a 76 quick development. Pierman, he's a 68. This guy, I can't really say the name, but 66. Coates, 68. And Bias, which was a 64. So that was all the NFL talent. That took forever to go through. So that was all talent from the draft, 2017 NFL draft. But anyway, I guess on this episode off for here. Make sure to like, subscribe for more Ryan's Purchase Mode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, it's rap packed to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too.